Steve, did those 2 late goals give a more accurate reflection of your team's control tonight?
Probably, but I don't think we played well tonight. I have to say, this was, the weaker opposition of the 3, and probably our worst performance in it, which is slightly disappointing. Some of our past selection tonight wasn't as good as it has been. Whilst it's a good scoreline and you would take that scoreline every day of the week, I would say that it's probably our worst performance in the 3 games, and we've had tougher opposition in the other games. I don't know whether that's down to a long, hard, hot week, with training, and whether that's been sapping on the boys, because that could be the case. This is our 3rd game. We've had a lot of the same starting lineup, whether other teams have had mix and match, so that might be a contributory factor. But we started the game slowly tonight, and then I always say to the players, whenever you start a game slowly, then it's very difficult to get yourself back into a good tempo in the game. And when we play at a good tempo, that's when we look a good team. So, yeah, all in all, the good thing about it is we're clear of injuries, thankfully. Derek didn't play tonight because he had a bit of a calf strain, but he should be okay. But yeah, no knocks. A little bit of a niggly game. Same refereeing as we had in the other 3 games. Not too clever.
A couple of big positives from the night. Starting with Mark Little, nearly 80 minutes for him, and a goal as well.
Yeah,
a big night for him.
Yeah, big night for him, really. He's a little bit still behind, so we felt as though we needed to try and push him through tonight. Really, he's done very well in training, but he's had a big operation, and he's not back to where Mark is. It's a difficult one for him to get over, but that 18 minutes tonight will really, really help him. He got involved in a few tussles, which will be good for him, and he's on his road to recovery. He had a fair old size operation there on his shoulder, so we're delighted with him tonight and how he's come through that. So yeah, big plus, and obviously with his athleticism he gets in the box, doesn't he? So we saw that a few times last season, so we're pleased with that.
If we just run through the scorers, Luke Freeman, so often the provider, 2 goals in 2 games for him now. I'm sure you're pleased that he's getting into those areas.
Yeah, no, of course. We're always pleased when Luke scores a goal, because his assists and the running he does for the team is selfless. So yeah, we're pleased that he's managed to get a couple of goals. I always like the strikers to score, but all in all, we're pleased with Luke's contribution, certainly in the goal terms, and I think he'll just get better as time goes on, really, like they all will. Like I said, I think that the 3 games in a week and the temperatures out here, I think it's had a little bit of effect on us tonight, if I'm honest.
Talking of goals for the strikers, you could see the delight on everyone's face, I think, at the end when Jonathan Kodjia got off the mark and deserved it, really, for his performance, I thought. Yeah, no, I think that he's going to take time to settle in. We take it for granted, me just having a conversation with you here now and talking about the game. It's very, very difficult for him. He's coming into a new environment, and it will take him time to settle in, which is why he signed such a long contract. But I think that once we get him up to speed, I think he'll be a big threat for us. But that is going to take some time, so we will need to be patient with him. His teammates will need to be patient with him. So I think we'll be okay with him. I just, he's going to need time, that's for sure. You've already mentioned no Derek Williams tonight.
Yeah.
Also missing Greg Cunningham, Frank Fielding, Scott Wagstaff. What can you tell us about those 3?
Scott Wagstaff, his hamstring tightened up again the other day, so we've got to be careful with that. We couldn't play him. He should be okay to train next week. So there was no point in him playing in this game tonight. Who else did you say to me? Frankie Fielding. Yeah, he's had his injection. He's a lot better. We're just going settling down period, really, with Frank. He should be okay to train next week. Greg Cunningham is at this moment in time discussing a move with another club that will probably go through on Monday. I just think that Greg had
Obviously, very little playing time last year. You know, really with the emergence of Derek Williams in that position, left side of the three, and Joe Bryan, that you know, we've decided that we would let Greg move to another club. I know that leaves us short on numbers, but to be honest, with one more number short, we're not any shorter, if you know what I mean, because we've ended up playing young Lloyd Kelly there tonight, who did very well. So, you know, I think that we couldn't really stand in Greg's way when he had this opportunity, and we'll be looking to strengthen anyway in that area somewhere else. So we're already on to something else, and maybe that one will drop for us next week. So you know, we wish Greg well. He was great for us, and we wish him good luck with his new club.
Okay, one more, if I could. Just on the goalkeepers, Max O'Leary's played all 3 games out here. He's done great.
Yeah.
And we saw towards the end a new face, Zeus De La Paz. What can you tell us about him?
I mean, Zeus has just been training with us for a couple of days. Really, it will end that trial period Sunday or Monday when we go back. So that will be finished. He's just been over and come along and done a bit of training with us, but that one there'll be nothing that will go further there.